Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to set up and use the Gann Box tool on TradingView for stocks, Forex pairs, and cryptocurrencies. This is where beginners start moving into intermediate territory, so congratulations. Before we get started, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you guys are looking for something specific, feel free to check out my chapter section in my description so you guys don't have to watch the whole video if you guys don't want to. Thanks. Now for today's guide, we're going to be looking at three separate charts. The first one is going to be a stock called Apple. After that, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. Then after that, we're going to be looking at the US dollar to the Japanese yen. That way you guys can find support levels and find those levels where you guys might be looking to sell because there's a hidden level of resistance, all right? So for now, we're going to be started with Apple. What you guys have to do is go over here to your Fibonacci section. You're going to see Fibonacci levels on top. Then you're going to see Gann tools on the bottom. I want you guys to click on the Gann box. Make sure you guys have a magnet turned on. Then for Apple, we're going to be using the weekly chart so we can find a clearly defined low and a clearly defined high. We can see the low right over here in last April, the high from right there in December of 2025, and then you're going to click. That is your Gann box, nice and easy on your chart. However, what we're looking is to forecast this out into the future. So this is how the Gann box becomes much more useful for buying levels of support and resistance. Click on it, go to these three dots that say more. After that, I want you guys to clone it. And here's the trick. You take the clone and you're going to place it right next to the original Gann box. And you want it to be as flush as possible. You want those lines to pretty much go in the exact same line. Now, it's a little bit off. If you want to, you can go into the coordinates section and copy the coordinates from Gan Box 1 and paste them onto Gan Box 2 as far as the price if you want to. But what I do is I just try to eyeball it a little bit and say that's about right. It's maybe a little teeny bit off, but that's enough for me right now. Okay, so what we're looking at is the future now. Support that worked out. And then of course, if we go in here to the daily chart, you'll see there was a little bit of resistance over here before it managed to break back out. And then on top of that, what we have are some vertical lines. So what exactly do these lines mean for you guys? First, let's just kind of focus on horizontal lines. These are your very easiest things to understand. They're going to represent your price floors and your ceilings. They're going to represent the fixed mathematical levels where the market has a history of bouncing or stalling out. So when you see the prices coming down like it is right now, you're looking at the support levels. Looking at those as opportunities where you guys can buy and look for a reversal. These lines matter a lot because they tell you where the value is in the chart and where a lot of the algorithms are looking at right now. Now, following the horizontal lines, we have the vertical lines. These vertical lines are your time cycles or your market calendar. These lines measure out equal chunks of time based on the past to tell you when a trend is likely to reach its expiration date. So a lot of times, if we're in a downtrend like right here, around these times, we're going to have a shift in the trend. So we went from down back to up. Over here, we were kind of going more sideways, overall an uptrend right there. And you can see that actually canceled out to go to a downtrend. Perhaps during this next cycle right here, we may have a breakout and you may see Google or see Apple try to go back up a little bit further, okay? So they're just different ways of looking for, hey, I should be paying attention right now because we're approaching this generalized mathematical based time where a lot of stuff tends to happen. All right. Now, when the price hits a vertical line, you should expect a major trend reversal. Not always, but it's what you typically should be going in there expecting. So what we're going to talk about now is the diagonal lines, but we don't have the diagonal lines on our chart right now. In order to add them on, I want you to click the second Gann box that we created because that's the only one we're going to be using. Go over here to settings, go to style, and at the very bottom, you're going to see this little thing called angles. Turn it on, and it's going to put a whole bunch of angles onto your chart. And that way you guys can kind of understand what's going on. Think of these as spider webs that act as your market speedometer. Typically, there's going to be one main line that you focus on above everything else, and that's going to be this line right here. There's a 45-degree angle line that matters a lot. I'll say it matters a lot more in a bullish chart than a bearish chart, but typically this is what's happening. That is your speed limit. If you get too far off of that level here, usually price is going to snap back towards that 45-degree line if you're in a downtrend. And if you're in an uptrend, you can imagine it going up. It's going to snap back to that line right there. And I'll show you guys that on the Bitcoin chart here in a second. So you can see price action came down and it snapped back up here, found a level of resistance, got back over here, and it thought about snapping back, not all the way down, but it's moving back down that way overall. One of the things I'll tell you guys, These are basically a lot of small minor levels of support and resistance. You can use them if you want to. You can see levels of resistance like right there along this spider line. I don't like having this much data on my chart. I'm just not a fan of it. You can see how often it breaks down below, all that type of stuff. I'm just not a fan of it. So typically what I'll do is I will actually not have these on, right? And what I'll try to do is just create a 45-degree angle line using this tool right here, trend angles. I'll try to do that instead if I really want one. And of course I can just do that, go to settings and then go to -45, and voila, I got -45-degree angle, and we can see how it snaps back to that and stuff like that. This one, don't use it for now because you have to adjust a few things because otherwise that line moves. So we'll talk about that another time. But that's how you guys will set all of this up. The golden way that people love to use this indicator though, and why so many people have been loving it, is if you do use the angles and you're using the vertical lines and the horizontal lines, if you see an intersection where you're hitting a vertical line, a horizontal line, and the 45-degree angle line, which in this case is way down here, so we're not there yet. Hitting all three of those really means a strong reversal is coming, and it will align with a MACD, a stochastic, or an RSI, and show that you're getting a very good opportunity to see a larger trend. So you can see there was a resistance right here, all right? Vertical line, horizontal, and 45-degree angle. A massive surge happened after that, and this was Apple. This is not something like a cryptocurrency or like a low liquidity Forex pair. No, this is one of the big movers, and you can saw the boom that happened following that. A very good thing to look at there. And I think what people generally call it is going to be a golden entry. A lot of goldens in the Fibonacci world, as you guys imagine. But when everything comes together, it's a sweet spot. X marks the spot. Everything that beautiful happening is good. It's a bunch of geometric math, and boom, it just has a massive rocket ship after that. So if you see a lot of that stuff happening, you're good. For example, this week should be very, very good for Apple because you can see a lot of volatility getting ready to pop off here. It doesn't mean the price action is going to be good for as far as going up, but as a trader, you're going to be looking at a lot of great opportunities this week, especially if you guys like to day trade in volatile, high liquidity stocks like Apple, Google, yada, 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 right? Now, next up, we're going to be looking here at Bitcoin, and this is just a different way to use it. What I've done here is I've had the lows, gone to the highs, and I added the next Gann, but I doubled it up looking at the other ones from over here in 2020. So I have 2 Gann boxes on the left and 2 on the right, so you guys can see different levels. Sometimes a lot of you guys don't like to use just one level of support because sometimes you can see it breaks down below it, and people don't like that fact that, oh, we're breaking down below it, but it was still a support level. We still managed to go up because momentum wasn't dying down yet. Well, a way to get around that is you can actually add 2, and then typically you have a zone of which you can buy, and it likes to have a reversal off of those zones. It went into the zone, had a reversal, and typically you're good as long as it's happening after the first one, not the 0.75s, because that's usually the top of the trend. You usually don't know this is the top of the trend for like a few weeks to about a month, right? Then over here, ran into that one, found some support, and we haven't even hit our first lines yet for Bitcoin, so we'll have to wait and see if this is going to be a good play. But what makes Bitcoin so great that all of you guys already know is if you kind of have an idea that Bitcoin is heading for support, you don't actually have to trade Bitcoin. You can trade altcoins because altcoins will give you a much better return on your investment when that bounce eventually happens. So you could have some really good times there, but you guys just have to be patient, wait for everything to hit up. And of course, if you want to, you can look for some of those angles in here and see, hey, are we looking to see something special? Well, we're below the 45-degree angle, so eventually Bitcoin should snap back in theory, but maybe it won't snap back until all the way over here around this summer, around June, and it may just consolidate, maybe even go down a little bit more, but wait for that big snapback sometime later on, this early summer, if you will. So that's a way of thinking about it. Now, we move on to the Japanese yen. Finally, we are at the Japanese yen to the US dollar, or I should say the US dollar to the Japanese yen. And you can see the price has been going higher and higher and higher. And people sometimes don't know how to actually use the Gan Box for forecasting when the price is going higher. What we've talked about so far is basically looking at pullback opportunities to buy the pullbacks during a correction, and you can actually ride the wave as they go back into a bull market later on. Both are absolutely fantastic. They're really, really good. But a lot of you guys want to trade something that's going up higher and higher and higher, and you want to have a long-term idea of where we should be looking for selling our assets. So what you do is, just like before, you go side by side, and you can see this happen over here. I just wanted to show you guys how you can forecast this out. So let's say I forecasted this back over here back in 2019. or somewhere around here, right? And I was buying up US dollar because I know the Japanese yen is going to be going down because of low birth rates and whatever. So after that, you add another clone. After you have this one, you clone it, and then you stack it on top. Following stacking it on top, you will clone it again and go over here. And now you have a box that is now a square. It's a squared box. So you can follow these lines up here and look for the levels of resistance when none of this has ever been done. So I could go over here, add my select bar. The box can be created, and I could even say a little bit further here. I could have made the box right here and not known anything about what was going to happen in the future. So what I want to do is select a bar, leave, and let's say we're just going to be using this tool for start new right here, because we're not using it for the future here. We're not using it. You could always extend out the Gann box over here, but we're just looking to see what happened in the future. So hit auto, 10x speed, because it's a weekly chart. It's going to take a minute. And we're kind of just watching to see how this played out in the future. That way you guys can kind of understand how precise it is, right? Because we haven't reached any one of these levels yet. It's going. First level of resistance right there, that was an opportunity to short if you wanted to. Second level of resistance, another opportunity to short for those little bit of swing plays. The trend change around that time hit, Fibonacci level resistance hit, and you can see around that time you were looking a little bit more dramatic, if you will, right? Following that, a little bit of resistance, it keeps on working out. A little bit of resistance manages to break out. You would expect it to keep on going. Next level of resistance and support. Big move about to happen. What's going to happen here? The trend didn't even change. It actually went in a nice little direction here, although you can say that was a downtrend. It's kind of iffy when you look at stuff like this, but you can see those levels of resistance. Another opportunity for the trend to shift here, and then boom, they'll pop. There's always news events in Forex, which makes it a little bit more difficult, but that's why I wanted to forecast this to you guys so you can see it a little bit better. A little bit of a trend shift happening, and you can see it goes on and on and on until 2015 and stuff like that. So I'll exit out of it, and you can kind of see how it's still having some levels of resistance up here, and it's been going sideways because we've been in a war for the last few weeks. Hopefully the war is done by the time you guys watch this video. Hey everyone, today's sponsor is WEEX, a global crypto trading exchange where you can trade hundreds of cryptocurrencies, use futures and spot markets, and even copy expert traders, all from one secure platform. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. Thanks.